Very special morning at the camp. Everybody looks so nice in their unashamedly old-fashioned in the winter. Miss Hannah. I don't know if she's in. I said, oh, that is true. She wasn't here when I said if you're here, you need to pick it up. But she should have known vicariously. I don't know what she's scared of us. It's money. I'll take the money. We're aggravated. You were here for the announcement. Anybody else not here for? Oh, they all got. Three things to know. I have a serious face. You will be able to definitely tell when I'm serious. Every other time I'm not being serious. It looks like that. David Ballinger does not have a serious face. I'm pretty sure in the middle of David's funeral you're going to hear his dead body in the casket go. All right, either way. Everybody sleep good last night? Good. Your counselors did not. They've been sleeping on 1-inch mattresses. No, 2 of you. I can tell you didn't get your beauty sleep. All right. We were going to do our devotion this morning. We've got a little bit of a different format. We're about to start in prayer. But we have a few things to take care of prior to the devotion service. Counselors, you're planning on disseminating your money. Y'all talk to me. When are y'all planning on disseminating your money with your group? You planning on hanging on to it? Let's do this very quickly. Brother Gene, will you step out? We're kicking you out. Go back to Honduras. But please come back to the States too. Brother Gene is stepping out. But this is what we're going to do. Every year at junior camp, for those of you that have been in attendance with us in the past, what we've always done is we've taken up a special offering. Y'all have treated me with that before. I'm so appreciative of that. Last year we got to finish Brother David Ballinger's funds as far as a percentage of sending him to the islands. He was just talking to me about construction projects he's got planned. Brother Gene has been in Honduras. Kayla, how long y'all been? 3.5 years. That's what I was on the exact total. 3 years, 5 months, something like that. Brother Gene just went back for a 10-day trip. And I was talking to him this morning. He'll be showing you clips of that during the service this morning about a construction group that he led back there. I saw the clips yesterday where Brother Gene goes in and hikes and swamps and things like that. The net book that he has seated right there, that is their third one. Is it the one he said? He said the first one did die a death of cereal milk. Levi. Okay. Oh, well. Either way, what they have to do, even with electronics, he is in Honduras, and with humidity, he has to every couple of months bake his computers, things like that, to keep them dried out. Condensation on camera lenses, that sort of thing. They live amongst their people. You might not understand this yet, but as far as missionaries, Brother Gene Trask has the heart of a true missionary. There are a few men that I can say they have that burned into their hearts. You've seen him here this week. He's the entire time I've ever known Brother Gene, he's always been that way. He loves the people of Honduras, and he has them on his heart. So the junior church offering, I'm back at Wahoo, let me get here. The junior camp offering this year will be trying to honor Brother Gene with an offering. Your counselors have your canteen money with you right now. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to get 2 workers. Riley, Jeb, can you come up and help me? We'll take 2 of these bowls here. Counselors, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to quickly look at each girls in your group and let them know how much money they have. If you want to give out of your canteen money, your counselors have that. We have one final canteen visit You know the price of the stuff in the canteen. Chances are you already know exactly how much you're going to spend at the canteen. If you would, please give a portion of that out of your heart. You don't have to give any. You don't want to. We want you to do it as you're led by God. But we have found ways. Miss Cassidy and Nix, where are you at? Where are you at, Cassidy? She must be helping in the kitchen. She in the kitchen? All right, Miss Cassidy's fixing us breakfast. But 3 years ago, Miss Cassidy and Nix wondered how she could give an offering at camp. She was 10 at the time, 9 or 10 at the time. And she came wanting to give an offering. We were taking it from the adults, and she said, how can we give an offering? And she came up with a way. She said, I got $5 in my canteen money. She said, can I just sign that over to the offering? So we've started doing this since then to allow you to give. And it's something we want to train you. Try to follow what God tells you. Just give as you feel led. Or Brother Chris Simpson. Ah, here, you can give us some giving music, Brother Chris. Brother Chris is going to come on down and be the offering music. He only went 3 places fast in his life. Zaxby's, Pizza Hut, and down the aisle to Miss Heather. Really? They didn't get that at all. I did.
It's on the 6th stand.
Softly. All right, Brother Chris is playing. Give you about 4 more minutes. Go through all the official name of Wednesday? It's not like Throwback Thursday, is it? Fish Face Wednesday? I have a 3-year-old that took 462 pictures of himself on a Kindle in a matter of about 20 minutes, and all of them were with this face. Is Riley done? We good? Okay. Gotcha. Hey. Let me tell you a story. Once there was a man who loved to tell stories. It's a good story, right? Got one through, still awake. We're going to do a very snippet of a devotion this morning. Kind of a different context. Those of you that have been here in the past when we did flagpole devotions, we've done something similar to this on the second day of camp. We're going to finish up with this, and the counselors are aware of this, that we'll be going through this. Y'all almost finished back there, right? Y'all almost finished back there? No, that's all right. All right, and what I want to do, everybody focus up front. Riley, when you get done with that, just go take it down to Brother Dwayne in the dining hall. Jeb is already going down there, so. Oh, Jeb's right there. Yeah. No, I thought you were already on your way. You're sitting beside him. Y'all wait to go together. But y'all sneak out that back door through the side. But what I want your counselors to do, and we're going to call a few of them up here. Y'all been with them for this week, and y'all have seen them, and you're wondering how in the world they wound up at junior camp. This is not punishment that we send people through, even though sometimes y'all make it feel that way. No, they're delighted to be here. They wanted to be here. In fact, they spent an hour and a half listening to myself, Brother Dwayne, and Brother Mark ramble about experiences at camp. And we have scared them to death about how you were going to act when you got here. And they had the real experience. They invested all that time to be here. They're on their summer breaks from wherever they've taken off work, that sort of thing, beside themselves to be here. And so I wanted them to express what's happened in their life to guide them to be here. First one I had on my heart, Brother Matt Panther, would you come share your testimony?
I'm not short, but I ain't as tall as Brother Lee, that's for sure. But I'm Matt Panther, and I was saved, well, I guess I'd say I made a profession at the age of 5 in my parents' house, and but I'm afraid I was like many of them, and the profession didn't have a background to it, didn't have any conviction, and the Lord convicted me at the age of 10 years old. And special to me, I have 10-year-olds this week. And the Lord convicted me at the age of 10 years old. Brother Milton Taylor was preaching a message on These Are the Last Days at the Smoky Mountain Baptist Camp meeting in Andrews, North Carolina. And for about a year before that, I remember going back to my parents' room, and I'd sit outside their door all night just to listen if they were still there. And I remember the fear of the Lord, wondering if the next day, if my parents would be there, if the people that I loved would still be there. And the Lord convicted me that night and saved my soul. And August the 9th, 2006 was the date. And thank the Lord, I've never been the same since. But how I got to junior camp, actually, I met a man the next year by the name of Brother Dwayne Moore. I was at Philadelphia Baptist Church in Calhoun, Georgia, and Brother Tim McCulley is the pastor, and that's my dad's best friend. And Brother Dwayne preached Wednesday morning. He was just there for about 2 hours. Brother Dwayne preached on Wednesday morning, and I walked up to him after service, and I went up simply to get him to sign my Bible. and didn't know the man from Adam's house cat, I guess would be the saying. I just heard him preach, and Dad wanted me to get his signature, and I went up there and asked him, and he signed my Bible. And unto my knowledge, Brother Gary Crisp, his associate now, was my principal then in elementary school. And Brother Gary had Brother Moore come in for Spirit Week 2 months later. And Brother Moore preached and invited us all to camp. And at 10 years old or 11 years old was my first year at camp. I actually never went to a junior camp. Brother Moore got me and a couple of the other boys my age from the school just to come on to team camp. And so the privilege y'all have right now, be thankful for it. I never had it. I just had to go get beat up by all the older kids when I was 11. But I remember I went to camp and fell in love with the atmosphere, fell in love with how it was run. Yeah, I was telling my boys the other night that I'd lay awake though till about 2 or 3 in the morning, homesick and scared half to death. And anybody that knows me now probably thinks that's weird because I'm gone 4 or 5 months at a time now. But at 11 years old, the Lord burdened my heart and changed me and made me thankful for the atmosphere you have here. At 12 years old, I went back to Sand Mountain. Sand Mountain's where camp was in Trenton, Georgia. And that week, I met 2 guys by the name of Ben and C.W. Tanner. And they wanted me and my older brother, Jonathan, to go with them to Brother Mark's camp. We had never met Brother Mark. I had never heard the name Mark Stroud. Had no idea who the man was. Had no idea what he looked like. Found out the next week that he's a pretty scary, big man as a 12-year-old boy. And but we went to Brother Mark's camp and met Brother Mark. My older brother, when I was 13, started Brother Moore's internship. And Jonathan, I don't see that he's in here, but y'all seen Jonathan around here at camp. And Jonathan started at, when I was 13, he had his first summer as a camp worker at Sand Mountain. I don't guess it'd be considered an intern, but he spent a whole summer at Sand Mountain with Brother Dwayne. And the Lord made a difference in my brother, changed my brother. My brother is my best friend, and I don't know what I'd do without Jonathan. Be thankful for your friends, but be thankful for your brothers and sisters. And the Lord changed Jonathan. And I remember at 13 years old at Sand Mountain Bible Camp on a Wednesday night, and this young lady sitting on the front row, her family was singing a song, How Deep the Father's Love for Us. And the Lord convicted my heart and showed me that I wasn't doing nothing for Him. That everything that I thought I was, everything that I wanted to be, I had not even started to pursue. And the Lord convicted me of that, and I surrendered my life to Him that night at Sand Mountain Bible Camp. Crawled under the altar and surrendered my life to Him. Told Him whatever He wants me to do, that's what I do. And at 14 years old, Brother Moore asked me if I wanted to start the internship. It was his second year of the internship. And when I started the internship, he didn't have a junior camp. And I'll be honest, I didn't sign up to come be y'all's counselors. That's not what I signed up for. I signed up because I love Brother Dwayne with all my heart. And he's my hero. He's my friend, but more than anything, he loves me. And he tries to show me the right way, and he helps me more than anybody else outside of my parents ever have. And I guess the third year of the internship, Brother Moore and Brother Mark decided to hold junior camp. And at 15, I'd been 15 years old. Or I guess the second year of the internship, I'd been 15 years old. And Brother Moore asked me my first year at 15 years old to take 10. I had 4 9-year-olds, I had 14-year-olds, and I had 2 11-year-olds. I can name every one of their names still today if you wanted me to. And at 15 years old, they didn't listen to me. They didn't have no respect for me, but I didn't really care because I loved them boys. And I was thankful for the opportunity. And that's how I got to junior camp. And I guess that's about all Brother Levi wanted, was how I got here.
Miss Ashlyn Biddy, Tell them what the Lord has done for you. Don't worry, we can have women sharing testimonies. It's okay. Don't stop like you tell us.
Well, as Brother Levi said, I'm Ashley Biddy, and I'm a very outgoing person, except when I'm talking in front of church, so I'm going to be very nervous, so always pray for me. But when I was 5 years old, I had been asking my parents lots and lots of questions about salvation. And one night, I went and talked to my mom's dad, and he told me a story about this man and how he got saved. And at the time I didn't know that it was his testimony, but later I come to find out that it was. And that night I prayed and I asked the Lord to come to my heart and save me, but I didn't really fully understand until I made a profession when I was 5 years old. And then for years and years and years I struggled with doubt. And I would pray and I would talk to my dad about it. My dad's my pastor. And I would get peace, but I never really had the assurance that I was really saved. And then on January the 8th of 2011, my dad was preaching one day about the rapture. And I was scared to death. I had never been so scared before in my whole entire life. And I went down to the altar and I prayed, and my grandma came down there and she asked me what I needed to pray about, and she was the one that was there with me the night that I thought I'd gotten saved. And besides my parents, nobody knew that I'd been doubting and struggling with it. And so I told her that I needed to get saved, and she prayed with me or whatever. And so on January the 8th, 2011, I got saved. And then how I got to junior camp was I've known Brother Mark and Brother Dwayne basically my whole entire life. And those are two men have had more influence on me than anyone besides my parents really in this whole entire world, giving the world to me. And Brother Dwayne talked to my dad about me and my brother coming to work junior camp for the first time this year. And it has been such a life-changing experience for me this week. I have learned so much. I'm so thankful for the girls that I got placed with. They've taught me to be more thankful. I take so much for granted. And I love all of you girls, I really do, and I'm just very thankful for all of you.
Amber Smith, come on up, share.
I'm Amber Smith, and most of you know me. I'm Dwayne S'more's niece. By marriage, no, we do not look alike people. I get that a lot. In 2004, I met Dwayne, and he got married to my aunt, and I always remember him as this big preacher because we grew up, I was a missionary to Northern Ireland. Very quiet, church is dead, the spirit was real, but you had no shouting, no nothing. So when I met Dwayne, I was scared out of my mind. I'm like, who is this man? Because he was just, right there. It was. But when I was 9 years old, he let me come to junior camp, or winter camp for the first time. He didn't have junior camp, but he let all of us kids, I have three siblings, a brother and two sisters. He let all of us come early because we were going to move back for another 3 or 4 years, and he wanted us to experience it. And I had made a profession when I was 8 years old of being saved. My dad had been preaching revival, and the last night I saw all kinds of people go to the altar, and I thought, hey, why not? You said when you were 4 that you prayed, but nobody was there, nobody heard you. So when I was 8, I thought went down. And my dad prayed with me, but I remember just mumbling a few words and crying a lot and just feeling very emotional, because I am. And I lived on that until last year. Nobody but my parents knew I had been struggling for about 6 years. And I didn't even tell my parents till last year about how much I'd struggled with my own salvation. And my mom, I would go late at night, like 3 months before I got saved, I woke her up at 4 in the morning just to talk to her for 3 or 4 hours, make sure she was still there. I was so scared that they were going to die, or I was going to die, or the rapture would happen. And I honestly don't know why I just didn't get saved the first week of junior camp last year, because I was under so much conviction. I did not sleep the entire week because I was afraid I would wake up and all the kids would be gone. And the rapture would take place. And I struggled with that all week long until Thursday night of teen camp. I knew for a fact that if I didn't get saved, it was like God told me, this is your last chance. There's no other chance it's going to happen. So I went out and I called my mom, and she had known. I'd called her several times that week, and I love my mom, but I don't call people ever. So she knew something was wrong that week. She's like, Amber, what's the matter with you? I was like, I don't know, Mom. I'm just homesick, and I don't get homesick. And I was just struggling a lot. And I called her. I was like, Mom, I know I'm not saved, and I know I need you. And she told me, she said, go get Melissa. And so I went back there on the corner of the pavement outside, and I accepted Christ as my Savior. Last year, when I worked junior camp, it was just, I did come just to see my friends, and I did come, to help the little kids see God, feel the Spirit move, blah, blah, blah. This year, though, it's been real. Seeing Haley get saved last night, it was only just her. I'm so glad I was a part of influencing her or any other kid that got saved. And if it was just one other kid, I was here. I was able to make a difference. And people don't understand that it doesn't matter if you're a worker, you don't even see the kids, or if you're here counseling with them and helping them on a daily basis. You are influencing the lives of children, some that don't get the influence of God on a daily basis. And when I mentioned to Dwayne 2 years ago, come to junior camp, I didn't know what to expect, and it was crazy. The kids scared me. I don't get scared by kids, but they scared me because I had like 11 of them. And at the end, they loved me, But it was definitely an experience I'll never forget. But I just want to thank God for being able to bring me into a good family, and of course for saving me. And for this year, it's been amazing, and getting to know each and every one of y'all, and being under the amazing preaching of Brother Levi, and getting to experience it one-on-one with other Christian kids, which I don't get on a daily basis. And I just want to thank God for that. That's my story.
I just wanted, this morning in the time that we allowed, I wanted you as the camper to see your counselors' hearts. They've been all about you this week. They are teenagers and 20-year-olds, and there's a lot more they could be doing other than spending time with you. Some of you might have older brothers and sisters, and you can imagine what they'd be doing rather than spending time with a bunch of kids for a week. In change for that, I want you, the campers, before you leave today, tell them thank you. Make sure you tell that to the ladies that are in the line. Make sure you tell that to the group that's worked with you all week, the counselors, the workers that have been in your cabin. You know their name by now. They helped you work on verses, and got one more this morning. You got skits, everything else all together for you. They're tired. They're wore out, but they have enjoyed being with you. Lord, we thank you for the day. We thank you for allowing us this opportunity. Pray that you'd be with us as we depart and break up camp today. Lord, pray that you'd be with the kids as we instruct them in the right direction. Get all the things organized in orders. Bless breakfast and let me nourishment in our bodies. Lord, I pray that we'd feast at the table today with the Gene service this morning. We thank you for all you've done already in these hearts. For it's in the Lord Jesus Christ's name we do humbly pray. Amen. All right, this is what I want. I want the 6 to 7 girls, 6 to 7 boys, and then I want the 8s, the group of 8s. I think I got an 8 and 9, but I want the next group to go right behind them just as quick as possible. Guys, we're going to eat our breakfast very quickly to get our stuff packed up this morning.